So again, just touching back on that composition, I'm looking for them to be very proactive. I'm looking for them to find value initially.
Yep.
Again, a little Vivo key'd come out swinging. And this is what we'll see. Actually rated straight.
Walking mid.
Yeah.
All right, show me the magic. I love a bit of breeze. Haven't had as much time getting to watch it as I'd like, but this is going to be gorgeous.
Revealing area.
ZETA are going to be... What I'm kind of looking at here is how proactive can they get. Now, they've spotted at least one. Now, that mid control is fantastic, but where do you lean with it now? Because you can just get left on an island feeling like a bit of an idiot sometimes. But for now, there's the problem. Already got caught off, and that's a big pickup as well. That's the jet already gone. You can see the rest of ZETA want to trade it, but they're out of there. They're just being pulled and pushed, and they have really very little territory now. There's no one really on the sites. Look how deep this KJ's got himself.
Yeah, Joe's actually going to find the backside of the lads. We'll find the kill as well. So a second coming through. Takajay now called upon to find something. We'll find the first. Vixen falls. Who's in position to do some damage in response, and just one left standing. Takajay, 22 HP. Tommy Turret, a little bit damaged. He's actually going to be the one to find it.
Can we just get a frag movie of Tommy Turret clips?
Yeah, actually, where's the Tommy highlight package? We haven't seen
like
that
that
yet.
I'll mess with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Got to think of a song that would work well with it, though. You know what I mean?
Some of them from the playlist. That would be pretty good for them.
Yeah, I'm sure we could figure something out. At this point, though, again, I like proactive mid-play. I like taking that space. It does need an end goal, though, and it felt like they didn't find what they wanted. They didn't get that fight, and they gave up so much space. And Zhou has just pushed so deep towards CT, got so much info. It was such a, I don't want to say an easy round, but it's one that you'll take every single time.
Well, I think at the point where they freeze, because they get the tag on the recon bolt, right? On over towards A site, and I think then converting that position from double doors, where actually then Vivo Key'd have got a wall that cuts off mid, so they actually can't play back out of there. They have to kind of commit one way or the other. And I think that 10 to 15 second freeze, maybe hesitation, I'm not entirely sure, but it's not converted into anything at all.
Fine. So if you are Vivo and you're being cautious, this has to be a big win as well, in my mind. Just to make sure, amplify all those narratives that we're considering here. They kind of need to replicate that, but hopefully all those issues are now resolved. We can jump right back underway here. And it will be Vivo Key'd on the attacking side. And working their way through. A little bit of a leer to lean and lead in, but the stack was on the B side. So this will be scot-free. It's just does it stay clean? Because on the other side, there's a touch of utility. Not too much to write home about. And again, no pistol upgrade, so no problems here. This should be a comfy round.
Yeah, and again, looking towards Zhou really to be the one to make sure that he doesn't lose that Phantom on that round 2 purchase. ZETA stacked up. A lot of distance to cover, though, even if they're going to look for these exits. So I'm sure, actually, at this point, they're going to be able to get across or bodies across, because there's 2 walking down tube. Heat got to be careful. Takajay on the other side of this, laying in wait.
Yeah, but they can just exit through spawn. They don't really need to go far. Heat just doesn't want to give away the game. A little bit of a fumble on it, but it's not the end of the world. NTK peeling away. 4 go down. No worries. It's all fine. 4 stay alive for Vivo Key. They're happy enough with that, and the rifle is maintained, which was the bigger piece of what they were looking for.
Yeah, I understand that from Heat. He's the one really that he wants to farm those orbs in the early rounds. Again, leave him a little later. Maybe he can get some of these kills, and anticipating that they are coming in with just pistols. See here, a little bit of... actually, Vixen going to ride... potentially. We'll have to wait and see if anything else does lock in, but Sheriff purchase on NTK. The Marshal will come through for Heat. So again, look towards Zhou potentially to be the one to take a ranged engagement here and be the one to find an opener if Heat can't do so either. But again, once more we see Zhou setting up with his utility, again, just to control elbow. In anticipation, I guess, of somebody pushing out when they take contact towards A site. He's also set up deep enough on mid with Muriz, just in case it pushed through double doors. Actually, on the back of that contact. Cobalt send the owl drone out, gets a tag, but no other information really gathered off that. And Vivo now going to drift towards B. There's 3 players at least committed this side of the map, Lauren.
Yeah, I was looking at Takajay then, who was kind of keeping track on tube, but with the smallest part of attention, he's actually gone back.
Yeah.
I really thought he was going to leave towards the B side. Now he needs to get himself over here a little bit later than maybe he'd like. Spam comes in, not a big enough connection to worry about just yet. Good information towards connector as well, and they've made it through towards the pillar side here. Vivo just about making it towards the side, but that spike still being ferried across, and it is a 5v5. Bear in mind, none of these picks have come through yet. First opportunity towards that deeper CT hold, but we're down to about 27 seconds. No one's overstepping from ZETA here.
No, I think Vivo are just waiting for the Toxin to rebuild here, so they can get themselves a little more comfortably set up here as the plant comes through. Because we'll try and get it down. The recon bot will ping him out. There'll be a shock dart to follow up, but we'll get the plant.
We have to see now how this retake looks. Already the Hylia comes out. Crow's going to find one and is down towards the side. That's a 6. Oh, the 3K! Outstanding work. There's now just one left standing at the back of the side. Yeah, one's good. 25 HP in the dismiss. Ain't going to get too far. ZETA make it on the board with some style.
Beautiful round there. 3-piece from Riot, absolutely fantastic. And 3 will survive. Good progress towards the Blade Storm. Even the Diffuse as well. An extra bonus on top of that. Again, very, very disciplined by Vivo on the way in. Again, they're just sitting there and waiting. Again, making sure that they're not going to risk anything coming through before that spike gets planted and relinquishing any of that control. Because actually, on the flip side of that, ZETA as well, they sat there, they waited as long as possible to get that retake going.
Yeah, there was no lack of discipline with them, and I love the spacing on the trade. As soon as Crow was down, you saw that push up from Raider, and it was just perfect. Perfect work. Now we come into the rifle round, though. So this is the big one. I want to see what they get up to here. How does this look? Now, there is still that Spectre in play for Crow. On the other side, nice, quick little flash, which actually will completely destroy the intentions of that Lear and maybe a bit of a quicker piece. 4 players instantly on this site, leaving the rest of it towards Makiba on his own towards, well, now CT. He's actually started to rotate himself. That's a big read into this off the back of not complete contact, but a little.
See, look how deep they're playing off B site, actually. With just that wall to deter Vivo Kid. Again, it's Zhou. This time, no turret invested, so I think doesn't want to give away that sound cue that that's kind of the setup that they're leaning away from. And seen him do exactly what he tried to do in the pistol round. Thread his way through and find some space. But look who's on the other side. It's going to be Raider. They're right opposite each other. No way! Look at that! Oh, Zhou was looking the right way the entire time, Lauren.
Yeah, just turned head at the wrong time at the very end. But he's managed to find Laz, so that could open up a little bit of space, but I wonder how much more he can do with this. He's got 2 players, very hard positions to adjust from. If he'd got that spray transfer, I'd have lost my mind, but it's a 2v2. But Crow's weapon is still that Spectre, so this range is still not ideal, and the post-plant begins.
He does have 1 snake bite as well. We're going to try and reset away again, rebuild this Toxin. It's great. Some more problems for ZETA on the way back in. Vixen gets spotted, actually.
Yeah, Makiba definitely saw that. That's going to buy time to at least get towards a half, puts his life on the line. Murris is going to find Crow, and now problems start to build up. Makiba can't do it. Vixen well played. And Vivo stabilize after what was a really good hold on middle. They really kind of, I guess, crunched down on that and made it pretty viable to a follow-up round. Well,
specifically with Vivo leaning so heavily towards A and obviously the double door side of mid, they need to make sure the Zhou's kept in check. And again, playing deep enough, you identify Makiba playing all the way into spawn. And actually, it's only with Raider drifts back towards Nessa they pick him up. But again, once that 30 to 40 seconds, kind of time passes on the clock on that round in particular, ZETA are coming back. They're anticipating something else is going on. So that's a really important kill for them to find.
Now look at the money. They're suffering on this, but that could have been... No. He needed more than that. That's a bad miss. Mora is going to go straight on through. This should be, I want to say comfortable if it's kept clean. Especially when you've got this ability to just keep yourself safe if there's only trying to swing it. And so far, everything going perfectly. Very clean work coming out. Makiba towards that bridge side. Looking for a chance to punish. Tag's not going to be enough in this. Going to need a lot more.
Whether or not Vivo maybe give him, actually look for Zhou to try and find the kill.
Another tag.
His ultimate out. Actually, he dashes all the way through. We'll still find it there. I said everything except for the lockdown available. The Prime Gaming Flawless coming through. ZETA, again, damage down, a couple of armor repurchases required, but grand scheme of things, Vivo just built up a stack already.
I'm looking at that off coming out to play. I really hope it does a bit more damage here, because this was just a lean on forward, keep it clean, boys. No hesitation, no falling back. And now we have to see what that op can do. Now, they've done well at actually denying maybe some of that lurking kind of play from Joe. That did help them out, but they're going for maybe a quicker piece, trying to negate that op coming out to play. Already Mura is, though, going to be the first one forward. Not afraid to put his life on the line. The trades won't be far away, bear in mind. He does have the support right there of Heat as well, over by the old Madonna Pyramids. Lockdown comes in.
That's it. There's not an awful lot that they can do. They can't really contest this. They have to get away from sight. Makiba's got a pocket to play. Oh, it's not enough, though. Heat will take him out.
No, Heat's done so well there. He knew exactly the places that he might have been able to fall back to. Spike's going to be going down, and the site's in control. Mura is still on the case. We're going to be looking towards middle as well. Two players trying to play back through maybe a pop flash and a swing. Crow's got himself healed up. If he has a flash, yeah, he does. High flash, in we go. Not really going to do too much on the blind. They're just fine. Joe as well with the off angle. Actually gets taken down. That could be an issue. Another bit of Seekers coming online. Maybe they're still going for this one. They need that next layer to come online because they need a couple more kills. Time's going to be dwindling here, Hypok. I'm getting a bit nervous. Morris sees one, loses life. Hold on. Maybe there's still a chance, but I need to see a bit of a pace change in this because there's still bodies online. Vixen being one of them can't adjust well enough. And a 1v2. And TK goes down. Crow. The ZETA side, I think they might have just got this. Or yeah, they've just about done it. That was down to the wire.
Beautiful round, actually. Again, on the way in, the lockdown in combination with that slight adjustment of the Viper wall, actually creating a pocket, like you already said. Makiba decides to actually try and outlive there. He comes through, finds it, but ZETA on the retake, looking pretty flawless, I've got to say it. It's so difficult as well with that two towards bridge and two coming towards double doors. It's two very, very difficult positions to fight back in from.
Yep. No, it is.
Which is a huge pressure on the defense.
And I've been looking to see who it's been. Here, yeah, Takajay's been there occasionally, but who's the one patrolling it now? This is a bit of an adjustment, actually, from ZETA, actually in a substantial way. Okay, different look. Op still out. A couple of players working with less. The Spectre's here. Takajay does have the rifle, so he's still fine. Raider on the back of the side, playing by the box. But while this happens, there is mid-control being built up, and they've actually got themselves towards the double doors. So this is where the problems begin. No one facing middle. The overstacks towards the extremities leave mid open, and a great read coming out from Vivo. But on the side is Makiba, doing a little bit of damage here and there, but Zhao is still getting frags, and NTK's chiming in with one. All that damage equates to nothing as Laz is the last one alive. Miles away from this. And once again, Vivo Kid addressed the issues, maybe thinking, well, they're going to have to do something about RA. They're going to have to do something. Instantly go for that mid piece.
It's a perfect response here, Laz. The Spectre in hand, try and find something, leave a dent on the economy on the way out, but Brewer's posted up. Ooh, he's going to be spotted. He gets the chance to find it, but he'll trade headshots and the Vandal comes out on top. Vivo Kid now put themselves 5-2 ahead, and that's the sort of thing here. I mean, on the back of a couple of these rounds, you want to see ZETA actually just come out and say, right, we need to address what they're doing. We don't want to just let them sit there. And similar to what we saw Raider do in terms of anticipation of Zhou being the one to be finding space and trying to flank through as there's nothing else going on towards A. Not even trade-off for utility in the early round, but this is where I'm now looking towards ZETA to be the one to become a little more decisive. Because at the minute, I mean, Vivo Kid, after that kind of switch up in that anti-eco, now they're in the driving seat. They're in total control of the pace of this game.
And I think, again, for Vivo Kid, they came out of that tactical timeout from ZETA perfectly. They read the adjustments they were making. You're right, they are leading this pace. They're leading the adjustments. Now, of course, the economy's been pretty much left in tatters with ZETA. And this is what I wanted to look at. Do they start exploring halls and door a little more? And again, little to no pressure. This could come through to be more of something they explore in the rifle round, something they could maybe look to exploit in the next upcomers when they're not just up against pistols.
Or in the anti-ecos, especially the attacking team. That's where you want to kind of patch it. TK going to hit two clean shots there.
Show me the money. Let's go.
Laz still to deal with. That's just going to ping on close on Rita. Bang, but there you go, Laz will swing through. Heat will find the last two. really nicely cleaned up. But just to come back to that point, on these anti-ecos, that's where you want to kind of plant the seeds, right?
Yes.
Those conditioning factors to actually, on the buy round, make sure that ZETA have to invest a man on Hall. And it's creating a weakness somewhere else. But just plant the seed that we might do it now.
Yeah, but as well, if you're Vivo keyed, part of my brain is saying, just hit that B site. You've conditioned them so badly to overstack A now. You've identified they've been putting the Sky there, they've been putting, everything to this. And
Laz is back over there now.
So they've left the one player soloing, which is Makiba. He's got his ult, so maybe that's what they're planning to use on this one. There it is. It's not like it's an impenetrable wall, though. There is still problems here. If they show just a little bit of leg towards that A site, they're going to stick on this.
Oh, no, get out there.
Oh, Makiba's made an absolute meal of it. Game on, B's theirs, and they are a mile away. Is there anyone to punish the rotations? That's the next layer I'm looking at. Who's still around? NTK, maybe? Looking a little towards Vixen, potentially, as the spike's going down.
NTK can play this very late as well. He's got his Hunter's Fury, so in this scenario, he can stay so far behind ZETA. Lad's still aware of the possibilities. Look at his gun out.
Get your gun out, bud. What are you doing?
We'll catch him.
NTK probably kicking himself for that mistake. ZETA pulled off a great retake before, so don't think that they can't do this. Vivo need to really be on their toes here. Two players turning the flash and the push on the look back for Muriz. Good work towards Crow. Lovely shot as well from Vixen. That's the combination you want to see from Vivo here. Finally holding in this post plant. They have no idea what's going on. Vivo keyed are living free in ZETA's heads. I'm worried about this. I think these adjustments now. Okay, well, what do we do? What do we do with this? Because now they're reading our stacks. Do we go back to our standard approach? How can we get around this? Because this is just a fumble, and it sucks to see. But you put one player with all that pressure coming their way, it can happen.
Well, that's the thing. When you're the one player, you don't want to be messing about with utility in that scenario. You got your ultimate down. Sit in it, honestly, because all they hear there is the audio cue, so they know that he's playing on their side towards the choke, and they effectively can just push all the way in there. They just know they need to play for the trade inside the Viper's pit.
Oh, it seems we are at Masters. New crosshair coming out for NTK here. It's an interesting one. I think the smiley face has evolved from this, and there we go. He's changed back to normal. So if you want to get that crosshair, it's a top secret one. Can't be having it. But for now, Rita with that frenzy going to be finding NTK. Actually a bit of a push up on the extremity, actually playing out from that A side. But as said, the rest of Vivo were a little bit further back, so they're still fine and they're just free farming here. Attacker J, though, did try and make the most of it while pushing mid. It is a 3v2. But the problem is... okay, there is now actually a problem. Okay, Seekers go out. He's got the spike. He needs to defend this. Hopefully not just with his life. So now he knows they're both coming from middle. He has every piece of information he can have. Where is Makiba in support in this? I need him right there in trading range. Good timing on the dog to come out. They know what's up. Line it up. There we go. Poison Orb comes down and they go, is he pushing this? Attacker J tries to keep control of that spike, but will they realize that Reyna is just around the corner? Oh, they have no idea. Destruction in the end after a valiant attempt.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. Again, Makiba, let's say a little slow to rejoin his teammate there. As soon as the Seekers go out, they're both heading towards mid. You know you have a window of opportunity to come through and hold on to this, but Vixen does well enough to deal with initially the first wave, you could say, of aggression coming down, but overwhelmed towards the end. Whereas tucks himself in and finds both to close it out. Again, now at 8 and 2. A valiant attempt on that purchase, but what's it going to mean? It's a drop in the ocean now. The finances rolling for Vivo keyed. Ultimate's available here as well. Viper's Pit, Hunter's Fury. That's the first one going out there.
Oh,
get the first tag.
Yeah. NTK this time's happy to claim that. Pop it in the pocket. Perfect beginning. Now mid's looking a little less controlled. You can already see the exploration coming out from the Killjoy, taking that space up elbow. They're like, okay, well, B's gonna be in trouble. Maybe realizing there could still be Makiba, who's been consistently playing that side of the map. So they still need to take their time. Maybe trying to read out what ZETA are up to now. What's the adjustment that they've gone for? The op is still out, but not being particularly proactive. Just holding the lines for now, which, well, leaves a lot of the map open.
Makiba once again drifted into spawn, potentially to come into nest, but B site wide open. Looks as if Vivo keyed have their finger on the pulse. The wall will come through. Everybody going to stack up, and yeah, Crow got the Hunter's Fury rated with the Blade Storm, but Vivo keyed with the man advantage here.
Spike planted.
What's that? Yeah, kind of a weird retake wall, actually, on the side of Makiba. Kind of splits in front of the pillar there. Be interested to see how they try and use this. Well, not going to get to see.
Yeah. Laz and Crow.
Scanning ahead.
Crow gets a little more information from the jump peak
Silence.
than anything else. Good start here. 4 more to go, though. As the timing on this, they just don't have any time left at all, and they're getting nothing out of it either. NTK already going to start leading away, maybe take a gun away, but economic damage doesn't really matter at this point in my mind. If you're sat at such a deficit, I just look towards the rounds here. And for Laz and Crow, this is a little bittersweet to even be able to keep those rifles. It doesn't really sit well, and this is something that we kind of, I don't want to say expected, theorized could happen.
I mean, I was talking about it snowballing, and I feel that's exactly the case. When even in the early rounds, what Vivo Kid were able to achieve, not just in winning rounds out, but Zhou's efforts over on the B side of the map and having a really, really good beat on rotations. I know Baller talked about that in particular. If you can find one person that can just locate somebody in terms of audio cues, in terms of finding space towards Nest, towards obviously B site itself,
yeah,
it's so valuable on Breeze.
It is. And I think Vivo Kid is showing some real diligence on this map as well. It should be paid attention to by the other teams going forward. However, that's if they get there. There's only map 1, and this is an elimination game. And we've once again got this set piece towards A. Everyone just piling out. They know that no one's stopping them in front of that wall. They're happy with this. KJ ult goes down. Rinse and repeat. Gonna draw out Hunter's Fury. By now, they're already in towards the site. Oh, this is ratty. This is extreme rattiness, and I enjoy it. Absolutely love that.
Actually, Takase going to find NTK through the wall as well. Vixen has the Viper's Pit, but he's not been able to get up close to sight, and Vivo Kid taking casualties now. They know there's one on the flank. Zhou actually going to try and get up towards Switch, maybe swing the door open, but there's 3 players to deal with on A site. Vivo Kid going to play this as 2 solos, to be honest with you. Vixen will identify Laz in that corner.
Yeah, but all the attention is being drawn this way. If he's able to stay alive, I could have maybe seen a bit more space for this to come to something, but it seems they're very aware of the chance, and there it is. Now, we've heard something about this scoreline, Hypoc,
Any
but...
9-3ers?
Any 9-3ers in chat. I'm not sure how I feel about it, though.
I don't feel great. The curse is real. Whether or not we're going to see it in full effect here, we'll have to wait and see, Lauren. It will be a Prime Gaming flawless to close out the half. I think a statement sent by Vivo Kid. They look very, very comfortable here on Breeze, and again, able to dictate the pace early on and maintain it as well. That's the important thing.
And it does seem as though Sean is standing by. Let's get a little bit of a roundup of what we just saw. Freeman there, they do look fantastic, at least on this map, in this scenario. I'm curious to see if those other results we saw coming out from ZETA on Split, for example, maybe change how this matchup looks, but especially in Breeze, a couple of those pointers that Sean kind of brought up here ring very true.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one thing I was concerned about, particularly on the defense, is not really seeing Takase and Rita combine or even playing the same side of the map, right? And with Makiba's possibilities with the Viper Wall, making some of these small set pieces to take space and find those first bloods on defense. Now, you have mountains to climb. Initially, a couple of feelers send out towards B site. And actually, on the side of Vivo Kid, 3 players committed here. It's Heat pushed pretty deep in halls. And then Muriz playing just outside the switch. This is a really interesting setup, actually, Lauren. Not sure if this is in anticipation or just on the early round information here. But NTK now making moves towards Nest. I think they know roughly where ZETA are set up.
I'm
if they
waiting.
catch this kill as well,
this is everything.
Because it's Laz, it's going to be a big indicator. Well,
good work from Laz. Quicker on the adjust than Heat this time. That's going to dismantle this hold for now. And Laz is drawing a lot of attention here. He can just kind of sit himself down, post up. and wait for the fight. Well, NTK apparently just takes
Just
that.
takes it to him, yeah.
Yeah, okay, for like the last 2 kills are just wild. I'm not gonna
left.
lie to you. It's just been like one of those, like what are you meant to see? But ZETA quietly approaching through middle, quick pop flash close to doors, no one really there, but Mariz is deeper on the other side, and that's a problem. He's got the big boy gun in this sort of round. And that's enough of a problem for them to turn around, but they can't. They've got 12 seconds. They have to do something.
10 seconds
And
left.
well, Mariz is just chilling now. Look at him, just free farming. This guy is just not letting them pass. This is his site, and Crow may get 1, but it does not matter. The round is theirs. Double digits achieved in the first round of the second half.
I mean, early on, ZETA making the correct moves, again sending lads out to find something, and on that lurk does actually find a kill.
Yep.
Yes, creates a little bit of pressure and maybe makes Vivo Key reconsider, but actually then there's just NTK and Mariz to move across towards A site. They hold on to it comfortably, don't even need to flinch.
Despite all his rage, he is just still a penguin in a cage. Look at him, hanging out. Nice. Nice. 10-3. Now
Toxins going up.
yeah, I'm a bit worried this turns into a formality for ZETA, but I'm looking at that second map on the horizon more than anything now in my mind, unless they turn this. I think if they turn this, fair enough, but they're coming in with classics. So,
yeah.
you know, we have to be realistic about this one. It's not looked great so far. They haven't had much of a shot on the attacking side, but with a commanding scoreline like we had on the half, that's how the cookie crumbles. But let's see if there's anything left in the tank. What can they bring us here? Already Heat's going to spot out most of the play and also just takes off. Oh, Makiva's head, the follow-up as well. They're saying pretty. Doesn't even need to zoom in.
God.
Doesn't need.
No way,
Heat,
dude.
get out of here. Get out.
You should have seen your faces.
Doing his best yay impression,
Let's
man.
go.
Some clean shots from Heat. 20-7 now.
I could watch this all day. Like this, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yep, fair enough. Those stacked up. Ooh. 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 It's quite nice, that, isn't it? It's quite nice.
It feels bad for Laz there. That's probably the worst of the no-scopes to be on the receiving end of.
It's not close. You're not like, oh, it's a bit lucky. No.
Well, this is the
Well.
round.
Okay.
They've got guns. They've got guns, Lauren.
Oh, guns, Dan. It's a classic. Yeah, they do, and it's a mountain to climb. And I will sit here and I will wait. I will see what ZETA can bring, because right now Vivo are just styling on them. Everything looks good. They're feeling themselves. You have to break that confidence and build back flawlessly. That's not the start you'd want if that was the case you were waiting for. Already, look at the net, it's closing in. They've got themselves on the site, but they don't have much outside of that. Laz did catch that mid-play, so NTK has been removed. That's a really good start for them here. Keep those rifles in play on your right. It's Heat that scares the life out of me. Mariz has found one. Heat now makes his appearance. He knows where Attacker J is. That's going to be called out. It's that final player looking in middle, and away we go. He dives in. He is brimming with confidence, and you can see as to why. 3K just to confirm it. That's going to be 12 looming on the board now.
Yeah, just again, that's all but a formality in the second half now. Are going to put themselves on map point. ZETA financially in the bin. Have to throw something at this, and unfortunately, I mean, the one you look towards in this round is the Blade Storm from Rata, and it's not available. It's good when you can see him just when he's feeling himself.
Hell yeah.
Again, this is what we saw the other day, right? For somebody to put on that performance versus Envy, where arguably they came into that series as a massive underdog to be stretched so far on Icebox, and that performance individually from Heat was so fantastic to watch, and demonstrating here once again that actually you give him room to breathe a little bit in style, and he's putting on a show right now.
Brazilian talent starting to show. The region known to produce superstars. And he might just be one of them. But we still have to see more. This is an elimination game between these two and both fighting for survival. But for now, Vivo looking a little stronger in this, now 1 round away. Still a fashioned purchase, not a perfect one. Bulldog Guardian coming out, so it's a little lacking in certain areas like armor as well. Patience being shown, but Heat not necessarily known for his patience. That accuracy so spot on. Now, while this happens, there is a bit of an exploration towards middle. They are starting to explore, kind of going up towards pillar, towards elbow, maybe showing a little bit of presence, see if they can maybe draw a rotation. I wonder how quick he actually hits these rotations. Does he stick around? Well, the flash is certainly going to keep him present. And he, waiting for a reason to move in. There it is. Eyes distracted. Time to strike. Couldn't quite get the shot that time. And we'll have to fall away, but the double dip, he ain't afraid. You can't shoulder peek this guy. You can't jump peek this guy. He finally goes down, but look at the back line is here. There's still 4 players to get past.
Key run rated now left to find something here. Joe will find the first. McKeever will trade, but NTK in position. Vivo.
Again, look, the bar has been set and it's been set quite high. ZETA have a lot to overcome here. This is a good map for them, but to what extent?
I want to come back, and Baller makes a really good point about the composition here. Again, it's an attempt to slow things down, right? With the mollies, the smokes, obviously bringing Sage into this, but does it work against the pace that Vivo Key put on Breeze? No, it doesn't in my eyes. They have heat, they have mirrors, they can bypass those things so quickly.
We're going to find out, as Key will be on the defensive side, ZETA on the attack. He's already working towards a site, slipping just alongside that by board. Peekaboo, say hello. Oh, no. It's a bad miss.
That's a bad miss.
That's not what you want to be. Oh,
Tommy. Tommy's getting involved early.
Can we just scrub these first 2 kills? Production, can we just
delete the VOD?
Get it gone. No one wants to look back on that. That was a horrible way to start it, and this is very harsh. And I've got to say, if your mental was already being questioned, you're not feeling good after this. Laz, this could be really nice if you can do a bit more. Come on, Laz. I'm pulling for him this round because you don't want to start on that sour note, because it will leave such a bitter taste in your mouth. But the Spike's in a bit of a precarious spot. Checks the back. This round doesn't get given too much here, but knowing what Vivo already like, I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a fight, even in maybe a scenario they shouldn't. Now, at this point, he's actually got the timing just right. I think he slipped past Vixen here, so that's not bad. While this happens, he has explored back towards that B site.
Problem being, I think this turret will spot the Heaven Cross. If he doesn't go towards ropes, they're going to get alerted as to exactly where Laz is positioned. 13 seconds, though, Lauren.
He's got to make a move. He's seen at least the shoulder. Keeps working forward. There's the turret that you're talking about. 80 HP, needs this clean. Doesn't get it clean enough, and that will be the start the ZETA are dreading at this point. But a great benefit for Vivo now to push further forward.
Absolutely. As well. So awkward the way this started out as well. Yeah. I mean, look towards Laz. He had a really, really good performance here individually alongside Takajay. I think Takajay was probably the headline.
I agree.
In terms of individual performances, but again, Rata, you got to get that first kill. I'll come out and say it. You have to get that kill. There's no scenario where Vixen should ever be winning that 1v1, especially when it's crept up so close.
Yeah, it happens to the best of people. It's unfortunate to see it at the very start of that second map where this could be your build back, right? Because you know how it feels. You're feeling uncomfortable after that, but still, we go in, and ZETA, I mean, they've not got much to play in with this round. Let's see what Basta looks like on this side as well. See how he plays into this roster. It's quite an interesting concept. Heat, unafraid is the word with him, and look at his aggression.
Stay down.
Eco Cobra time, pad those stats. Get it going. He ain't stopping either, is he? Nah, why would you? That's 3. He's seen another. He does get shot in the back. So that's, you know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You're going to get that aggressive. You will get eventually pushed. Flash doesn't quite reach. It's team flashing. Crow
gets an assist nonetheless.
Yeah, they're having a mare. But Laz is he's still doing so much work in the dink as well. Did a little bit of damage on the end of that, but it's not enough. 2-0. They cost them, I think, maybe 1 weapon in this. I think that was it. So 1 Spectre, I think, might have been lost out of that.
Again, this is the round we look towards. The problem being first half of Breeze, never really in a position to build up that kind of second buy.
Yeah.
Just basically in a financial stranglehold throughout the entirety of that first half of Breeze. This is the one, again, slow Vivo Key down a little bit. Just in terms of these finances here. Mura's actually going to roll through on a Ghost. And again, Heat's the one you look towards. Some early progress, but actually a Phantom on board here. So expecting to have that Bladestorm just in case he does fall as well.
Right place, right time.
Got your trail.
Seekers are going to alert him.
But does he care? No. He's already found Takajay. This is a problem. He's flashed up, but there's no progression on it. Muriz has his back, and now the spray down. Heat still laying it down. This is almost uncomfortable to watch. Heat is unrelenting. And now they're down to 2. Barca and Crow, now they had a little bit of mid-progression, but look at Heat!
God.
Look at this man right now! He is the absolute tip of the spear, and he's reading them like a book. This has to be his round. Get the final kill as well. Steps away, the spray's not quite there, but he's got the boys on his back. He's got NTK to pick it up, no problem. Vivo are on it. They are absolutely flying high.
Heat dialed in as well. That last kill again, it's just a... Why not send out a couple of shots at that point? He found the first one through here. Again, in anticipation of the Seekers coming through. Just spams the corner. Another one there for Laz. Yeah, just disgusting right now.
One enemy remaining.
My heart is slightly breaking for ZETA as well,
It is.
but I can't take it away from Heat. I cannot deny that this guy's playing very well to put them in this position. I mean, Laz was having a good couple of moments. That pistol round, not bad. The follow-up, not bad. But now Heat's got himself an op in round 3. He's got the ult coming online. NTK taking an aggressive posture down middle. Everything is going their way. ZETA, I want them to call an early tactical timeout to get their head out of the bin. If they are feeling the pressure here, if they're unable to find an answer in the next round, I want a timeout from them. But again, what do I know? At this point, we'll have to see how they kind of build themselves back in. Maybe talk through this round. You've got Sheriffs, sure, but take a second. Talk it through. And they found a lot of room here.
Boombot actually might even spot though. The flash is good. Laz will find NTK on the way forwards. There is now 35 HP. Got to give up Heaven. But Vixen going to be standing by to get some support. Actually, Takajay will find Heat as he's trying to go towards ropes. That's potential to be the green light for this rotation to come through. Vixen will be called upon. He might just catch this cross there. Laz actually going to get the better of him.
Laz is putting up a stellar
open.
performance. I am so impressed with Laz after the pistol. He's fighting with everything he has to try and keep his team in this tournament.
30 seconds
Now, whether or
left.
not that's enough, we're yet to find out, but my word is he trying, and away we go. Towards B we lean. Wall still up, they're on their way. ZETA are just fine on the cross. Morris doesn't get the glimpse, but there it is. The up comes out to play. Shout out on that corner.
Spike planted.
Quite up close here. Maybe a little ahead of the timing. No, they're considering it, but a good shot regardless. Takajay going to be getting his head ripped off, but they're both facing this. A double peek on the corner. Not easy. Not going to happen. Pro's got him. It's a thrifty round, and I'm crediting Laz for that. Identifying space through middle, exploring it with that Sheriff, taking everything they needed.
I mean, Takajay, the one to actually initially, right here, this kill is Heat, is drifting into ropes to try and kind of, I guess, backfill this execution before it comes through. Laz actually then, I was like, gets away with the first one, which he absolutely shouldn't have. He was low HP. I think he just got the heal come through from his teammate. At that point, they're able to follow up on it perfectly. See, Laz actually going to carry a Spectre into this round with plenty of money, so if he's going to try and run it down in the early round here, but once again, Heat will drift down to mid, operator in hand, Blade Storm available as well. Deal with the Tiger though.
It's fine. Morris' angle.
Oh, no.
Nasty. Nasty off angle to get around.
Another one.
Slides into Crow. Nothing more to be seen with that. That's the extremity 1 as well. And mid was already noted earlier on, so they've got a great idea of where ZETA are working from here.
Takajay.
Oh, he's
Too
holding
often.
it.
No way. Laz actually flashes him.
Really good flash.
Wow.
Great read and investment of utility. If that didn't work out, you'd feel a bit silly. Oh, is that a waste? What can I do? He's having to clear close because they don't know how much they've aggressed on this. Now, he hasn't overpushed. Plenty of utility still litters the way towards A, but eyes on the spike. Hasn't committed just yet.
Bar's actually going to get himself towards ropes. And Heat holding a very deep angle. Actually going to get
30 seconds
smoked
left.
off here. Again, able to negate all of this Killjoy utility initially.
he's
The
just
turret
on
dealt
this.
with as well.
I feel like Heat's about to do something again. Okay. Oh, he's not got full vision denied, and actually, there's already been a pick towards the side, but now he's got problems. He's being encroached upon from a couple of sides here, but he's found the first. Laz tries to make the difference. He can't quite make it through. Heat will have to find another way back into this, but it's all on Takajay. A 1v3, a well-needed one of that. He hears Heat getting closer.
You saw him.
He saw the barrel, looks for it. It's not quick enough. NTK's there. I'll pick back up, and that's going to be 4 for Vivo.
Again, the early setup there. As soon as the first one falls, Maurice has just gifted the second. The walk peak from, I think it was Crow, actually. Again, the spacing is so off here. Again, the first here. Again, just...
Beautiful shots, but you're right.
Yeah. And here as well, lads. I mean, Screens is walled off, so what's he planning on doing from getting in there in the post-plant scenario? And I think as well at that point, it's a little awkward. It's a little awkward to watch. We have to see here now. Again, with the Spectre riding through, effectively an extra purchase here on the side of the lads. You can see 64.50 invested on his part.
And the
Flash nice and early.
Yeah, but they still want to crest that corner, and he's not backing away. He's been hitting these. He will be noted, though.
Yeah, don't jump
but they
peek
back
him.
from this. Look at the respect they have to give him.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got to look elsewhere. Plenty of utility on ZETA still. They've got the Seekers as well if they want to try and work towards that. Maybe saying, okay, well, screw going for that approach. We'll try and maybe hit mid, try and do some work with that. Wall goes up. Not easy. Muriz just works his way through on the vents, gets Barca now. They've lost out on 1 already, but they do have mid control, and they have the res. Ults pop, sends it for 2! And now he's still sticking around. These are his bench. You don't get in here. And now expecting the push on the ramp side as well is perfect. He's reading it so well. He's a step ahead, but Laz, maybe he can be the saving grace. Takes down 1. High flash comes in, knows there's another, takes that space. And knows he's going to be fallen back, but maybe there's players on the side. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he just wants to get to doing what anything he can. Laz, 1 adjustment, 3 kills, and maybe, just maybe, there's hope in this round.
They got Viper's Pit as well.
You're right, Viper's Pit has potential, but I'm telling you, it's still heat. I'm not going to doubt this man if there's a chance for it. Ult goes up, and away we go. Crow is the last man alive. A 1v2, how can he play this? What can he do? Already, Heat's on towards the site. Crow, nice approach, just trying to slip around by the pillar. And you can see that Heat is clearing the site. HP being just ripped away.
Oh, no,
He's all the way! He turns! And you just can't turn your back on that man. The timing just slipped away from him. The defuse will come through, and another round for Vivo.
It's so difficult in this scenario, because the tendency is to want to put yourself in a corner, right? Back against the wall so that nobody can approach you here. And unfortunately, Crow, it's the timing actually, because this showstopper response is perfect to find both Bars and Takajay fall immediately. But Laz, man,
he's trying.
He's digging deep. He's playing with heart right now. And a lot of these rounds are being kept close purely based on his individual input.
I take nothing away from what he is trying to do here. He is not taking any fight lightly. He's not walking. You can walk away from this game, be a win or a loss, and have your head held high if you're him. He is playing with heart right now. But the sad fact is, it may not be enough. A commanding scoreline now starting to build for the Brazilian side, who look tasty in this.
I think that's the finances once again kind of awkward now. Again, lost bonus is something, but we saw them on a few rounds on Breeze, just try and throw something in here or there. Then somebody's got a bulldog, somebody's got a light armor, somebody's got lighter utility on the full buy rounds. But here again, use the term snowball on Breeze. It's got potential to repeat itself here on Split. But again, the indicator there of finding heat in the early round, that needs to be the green light for them to say, actually guys, right, straight away, audible, let's hit mid, but a bit more decisiveness in my eyes. Yes, you can't really count on Mariz finding 3 kills, but again, that's a big positive to draw. ZETA actually finding the information early enough and acting upon it, but again, I just need to find that entry. The problem being, Zhou is basically being completely unchallenged on A right now.
Yes.
So they can just rely on him being there with the utility. That's it. They don't even need to pay any more attention.
No, it's... The fights on the extremities are being read very well as well. They're never being left completely unchecked either. Someone will dip over towards maybe ramp once in a while. They'll check back in. It never quite gets as far as they'd want. ZETA, just on the backside of that B main.
Poison's off.
Do have the op in the hands of Heat here, who is at the back of the B side, so if they do progress further, that would be something to keep in mind. Now, this play towards ramp has generally been kept in check. You can see the first layer of utility dealt with, there's the second. Wall comes up, this approach becomes more difficult, but they only know of one player so far. You can already see on the other side of the map, but they're starting to explore, maybe trying to punish the rotations, but the man who will not be moved is Heat. Still holding, still waiting. He's slowly edging back away from this. And this could be a really nice fake piece. Could.
He's going to pull the rotation here from Maurice and Heat. Actually, Heat going to come back across towards stairs. Potential to pick up the slack in mid with NTK, but yeah, you can hear this jump spot from all the way in garage. So Vixen, be careful. He's got 2 stars down here on the entrance here. So actually, the timing going to be perfect. He closed the distance. Oh! Rita misses the knives.
It was all set to motion, but bear in mind, he didn't leave this side. He went to heaven. And actually, ZETA are backed. The spike's going to A. This is the pendulum now swinging to Zhao. He's over here on the back of the site. Now he's going to hear the turret. He knows the intention has been turned. Time for the res to come out. And now we look to see how they deal with this pace. There's still the one on the side. Look at the time, down to 10 seconds. This could be a disaster in the making. He's holding the card so close to his chest. He gives nothing away. He is one on the side. He gets an... Oh my word, Crow! You just about saved this round. That could have been a disaster. It isn't. They have 3 rifles. They have the ult for Barca as well if they want to find a way to use this. The divide is in, and the retake is just looking for that first step forward, but they're giving them very little here. And look at that late lurk coming around. This could be interesting.
Yeah, it could be huge, actually. TakeJ way off this plate.
By some time.
Orbital strike in hand as well. It's going to get invested on screen. It's going to force Heat back a little bit.
Here's that flank.
Hands.
It's TakeJ. He's going to have 1. Oh, no. It's not clean enough on the second. And look at what's left. Laz. A 1v3. How has this happened? No way.
What was
How has that just happened?
Everybody in the right place. A little bit of a fumble from TakeJ, I got to say it. And again, Maurice found 2 kills with a paint shell?
How?
What?
How did that happen?
That one looked like it was in the bag, and...
With the flank, the ult, the positioning, the plant, catching them in a complete ruse. Here we go. It's just to the back of screen. Spamming.
Yeah. Makes a little more sense now. But yeah, everything goes right from there. Bas actually, the perfect timing on the orbital strike to force Heat out of screens, just as TakeJ is coming in, just about the right time for him to find that kill if somebody is forced out. But again, he's got to be good for the second there.
Concealment.
Now Vixen hears Doggo en route. And straight up TikTok wall coming in. Just up and over, has a little look. Vixen's gone. Nice little approacher. That's a clean first kill that we've not had in a while. That's big. And now the Seekers were popped off the back, so I wonder if they're going to try and maybe punish some rotations. That could have been the intention there, see if they could catch NTK trying to work around, but he outdoes the opponent, which is now a problem. Because you've got to look at ZETA as to where are they here now?
Well, they just noted 2 players there, the Operator and the Vandal in mid. Actually, look at this, Maurice. Going to push through on the back of this. He got it all to do on site, though.
Yeah, but how does he deal with this pressure? Going to sit himself down, frenzy to hand, and he's given away nothing so far. He is going to play this to the wire. Now there you're right. Already. Lockdown comes in. Spike going to be planted. He's not going for that just yet either. Spike planted. But look at the timing on this. Timing is everything, and so is that shot. He's going to get attacked. Oh, he swung for the second. Crow just gets domed. As Laz, what do you do? A 1v3. How bad do you want this, Laz? He's working overtime, but he can't predict the flank coming in. And hearts breaking. This will be 7-1. Vivo are absolutely tearing away with the game.
That was a crazy round. Again, considering just the information gathered there from that mid-peak, straight away, ZETA try to pivot back towards B. They have the lockdown, whereas then pushes down mid. He's in position to greet the other side of that lockdown as well. That's the scary thing, even if Heat doesn't do this. He's feeling himself. When you swing from default there with a frenzy, knowing full well what's on the other side of that wall, and you still get it.
7-1.
Back down on nothing, Sheriffs.
The money is so harsh.
It's the Shiko.
We'll get the merch going for that soon, don't worry. Get the Shiko merch out. I mean, they've been getting chances, but at 7-1, this is harsh. Laz still trying to do what he can. Heat, confidence, aplenty, just oozing brilliance. TakeJ's gone. He knows there's more. Put on a show for us, Heat. This is just your show right now. And the rest of you are just sitting back chilling. They don't need to do anything else right now. They have every advantage in their favor. Laz can maybe do a bit of damage. But how much?
One enemy remaining.
As he's the only one alive.
Spike down A.
Pop flash goes on him. And yeah, already being chipped away at from every single side. And it's a flawless round, a prime gaming flawless round.
8-1 the score. They're going to be back on a purchase here, but again, just not seeing enough here. That first shot was disgusting. The second one as well, pass. I guess walking up thinking, well, he's probably not going to peek again, right? Nope. It's Heat.
I mean, he's going to overpeak everything. He's just
doesn't even
in
matter
full
now.
confidence mode.
He can start feeding now, and it won't impact it.
Yeah, he's sat on an op with his ult, 7.5 in the bank, basically. Like, life's all right. Here we go again. He'll push through it, probably. He's not backing away from anything. And sitting on this corner waiting for the aggression will be Crow. Oh.
Here.
He's spotted him, yeah.
Oh, Crow. Oh, Crow. Turn around. Crow. Run, Crow!
Oh my god.
Run! Just get away from him, dude! No! Oh, he's found you!
I've got your trail.
No, and the Seekers go down. Morris is going to pop down the pain shells. It's all to buy time. NTK's on site. Zeta are being closed in on, and here he is. Heat makes it over. Might note the flash. Now he does. Hey, Heat's still alive. He's still alive. How is he still alive? He's going to back away. He's going to be able to get another, surely. Yeah, he does!
Dude.
Oh, Heat's in their spawn. Oh. This is something else to watch. He knows there's another. And there it is. Heat is a monster.
Another Prime Gaming flawless back-to-back for Vivo Key. 9-1. What else can you say? Again, we talked about actually this point came up on the desk earlier. You can see him there just going, yeah, I'm behind one, by the way. I got a freebie. I got a freebie.
Yeah.
Nobody peek.
Sure, guys.
But talking about this on the desk again, composition-wise, no flashes. When you got a Jet that's this self-sufficient, it doesn't even matter. It literally doesn't matter. He is all over the place right now.
Yep.
And then there's nothing actually on the side of Zeta that even with Laz, there's nothing they're able to do to find a favorable engagement versus him.
Yeah, it's been incredibly difficult. And again, you're going to have to temper that aggression 2, 3, 4 rounds in a row, and you don't have that many rounds to play with. That's the thing. So they have to look at a way beyond that, but that's what we have to look at is what's in the tank. And it's not just the Heat show. Every single member of Vivo Key is having a good performance. And sadly, this time the Sheriffs aren't finding the purchase they were having before. Laz, I have to say it, I'm thoroughly impressed with his performance, even though they have been absolutely put in the pocket of Vivo Key. Moritz is pushing him now. I'm seeing knives being dabbled with. This is about to get real nasty. Heat's just styling all over it. And there it is. Knife in the back. Heat's done it. That's double digits already achieved in the first half.
Last round in the half.
We'll be able to at least get a purchase, but again, it's looking like it'll count for much.
Got him.
And you're right, yeah. Heat's been the headline, but everybody else actually individually in some of these rounds. Styling on him. Doing his best bunny impression.
It's quite good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All he's missing was a judge.
Let's get it going next time. All right. Final round of the first half. We go again. Just get one more. They're so aggressive. They are feeling every part of this. The adrenaline, everything feels right for them. They can't make a wrong move here. And it's not only on this B site, they're pushing up towards A as well. So if you're Zeta, to roll it back, you have to now push in every single place, trying to temper this aggression. Just on that corner, Laz, great shot. That's what they need. A clean start, maybe find a way to build off this. Now the site hit has to be also so perfect. It's never an easy scenario in this. And bear in mind the lean's coming over. Seekers come in. There are at least, I'd say, 1 player on site, 2 if maybe he gets there in time. And he is there in time. Waiting on the other side. Lovely shot from Rita there. He needed another on that one, but Taka J, good follow-up. And now Heat switching out to the rifle, though. Still plenty of targets. And I can just see him lurking, waiting. And here it starts. The first, can't get it. Outdone. That's Zeta now controlling at least this round, as there's only 1 player left. And this looks like maybe a second will be on the board.
A lifeline? Consolation? Have to wait and see what that round means in the grand scheme of things, because it's 10-2 on the half, Lauren. An absolute dominant performance from Vivo Keyed, and again, dictating the pace, maintaining the entire way through that half.
Yes, this has been demonstrably one-sided. I'd love Sean to break down some of that. Like, it's truly a tactical masterpiece. So Sean, the brain of NA, take us into this one. It might be a quick one. It's feeling like it. And the problem is, this isn't just, your average group stage game. This is elimination. And it's a harsh way. It's a bitter pill. But these are the best players in the world we're seeing right now. There is no, give them a little bit, it's unfair. No. You get your job done. You move on to the next game. This is a harsh reality they've got to deal with. And ZETA have done well in the past. They picked up a couple of nice rounds here and there. But this is now being led forward by Heat, the man of the hour, and the man who's going to die first this time.
Actually, trades coming out. Laz, yeah.
It ain't bad.
So you can find 2 responses here. 2 members left to deal with, Vixen and NTK.
No.
And look at that, actually.
What?
Way ahead of the charge. Takajay.
The timing. Takajay, Okay. Takajay, a 1v2. Slows on either side, and look at them just in a combination, perfectly spaced, perfectly swung. They peak together, and the round is won. That rhymes. I didn't want it to. I didn't like that.
Sounded great.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Oh, this is harsh. This is harsh.
Yeah, well, one thing that doesn't sound great is now being faced with the decision of forcing into this. That looks like it's going to be this. That's a lot of judges.
It's get what you can, boys. The final stand, pretty much, right? This is it. This is all that they can try and muster. Yep. And it's the best attempt at an even purchase for now. Light armor and a couple of judges in between the difference. But here we go. Vivo heading over towards that A side. They are on the attacking side, and they are leading at 11-2. It's dominant. And so has Heat been. Checks towards the raft, sees one, calls it out to the buddy. Maurice is right there. Boss has gone down. Takajay, though, still on the side. Laz again, still finding impact. I told you, he is fighting with everything he has to try and do something here. For pride's sake, for the sake of trying to win this out, do what anything he could. As Crow also gets one. It puts it just in the hands of Vixen. Now, where is Vixen in this? Okay. Just over towards the spike. Laz just peeks up and over. He sees it and notes the spike is gone. The double dip and the shutdown. Laz gives them another here.
A lifeline, a 3rd round on the back of the force up there. I don't even know. Actually, look at Laz. 19-11. And again, a clear gap on the scoreboard for ZETA. In that round in particular, 2 pivotal kills for him. We have to get a Vandal online and Seekers available here. On the side of things, a couple of Sheriffs invested, but ultimate progress still yet to be achieved. So again, potential here for ZETA to at least string together a couple of rounds. Will the Vivo Keyed now pile on the pressure, Lauren?
It's in my mind on the man on the screen, Laz. Sublime performance for his side. He is truly delivering as much as he can. We need the rest to find a little bit of that spark, a little bit of that resilience. Try and put up some numbers. This should be a conversion, 4-11, but see a couple of upgrades of some pistols, some odds and ends. Nothing too much. Vixen does have the light armor, so no more to it. And Crow not really winning out much on that fight, so depending a little on the utility to dissuade the hit.
They're coming way worse off, actually, in terms of the damage exchanged. We'll draw a snake bite as well, so actually nothing else to slow things down than his poison orb and the wall. Raider now actually over towards B main itself. Seekers will be invested. 40 seconds left here. Vivo Keyed try and make a move. Bars called upon here in mid. Good for 2. Joe will trade it though.
I'm worried about Laz's HP, but Takajay should have that, yeah. Spike drop noted. Laz is en route just in case needed.
One enemy
and then TK nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They're going to get 4. Maurice, as good as he is, don't know how much he can get out of it. Maybe a little punish here and there could be nice for him. As long as Laz keeps his HP high, it's fine. Yeah, there we go. Takajay gets it. ZETA is still alive. That's 4 on the board.
Keyed going to come back in with their purchase here. As again, it's difficult. I don't know if ZETA are going to carry on to these judges.
I mean, Bus is
been
finally
looking good for them.
I don't think they have much to upgrade to with their money being where it's at. I don't think Takajay can do more. Maybe he dropped one out?
Takajay's dropped one out, yeah.
Yeah, he's dropped, so this... I don't think it's necessarily a terrible idea to stick on if it's working for now. Like, it's not the dream, but I'm not going to doubt when, you know, Link plays it for like half a game. If it works, it works. May not be the prettiest, but neither was a, you know, 11-round advantage to the opponents, basically. So, for now, Laz tries to get a little more aggressive. You can see the frustration on the face there. Not happy with that. And Vivo Keed happy to take that opportunity. They've got rounds to play with. They can take aggressive fights. They can take risky approaches. And this now puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the players.
Here.
Unfortunately, the rounds where Laz has fallen, ZETA have struggled. So Rita will be pulled. It's now basically his only job to hold on to B main. Again, with the judge, he's got to take this close engagement. Look at Vivo Key dead drifting. They're stacking closer and closer. Problem is, if Heat dashes in first, Rita's going to have a very, very interesting decision to make.
Oh, that's not helped. Here we go. Pushes into it. Rita does whatever he could. Boris takes him down, though, and now we've got the cross. Heat just Ferrari peeks on past.
Sharp.
And you're right, it is that sharpness, that shot that maybe is going to be hit. He will hit it. And now it comes down to Crow. Can't rain all the time as he picks up the rifle. And he's down. Heat's got him. That's 12 for Vivo Keed. And we're on to not only map point, but match point and elimination now for ZETA. Lingering, looming over their heads. This has got to be a tough round coming into now.
Absolutely is. And again, with things like Takajay dropping one out here, he's going to be struggling financially. Right, they're going to get the operator online. Takajay going to opt for another judge. Light armor and full util, though. Nothing available in terms of ultimates here. Either side, but Heat one away from that Blade Storm. Joe actually 2 off the lockdown as well. Again, talk about now with this round lead that they have. Yes, they have the opportunity to be more risky, but they also have the opportunity to slow things down now, completely change the pace of the game, and allow that pressure, the paranoia to build for ZETA. Force their hand in terms of making mistakes.
There he is. The big bad evil for ZETA is just on the other side here. Down we go, Crow. Oh, loses it, and now we're down to 3. Vivo Keed on the verge of staying alive, and ZETA facing a terrible end here. Laz still stands though, so there's still hope. He has been putting in every ounce of his ability to this. And Barca, lovely little pick up there towards 1. Needs a bit more though, and he can't get it. Morris has already got the trade on it. Takajay still with the judge. These actually might not be a terrible fight for him, as he's the last one alive. The tag, not the frag, and he pushes it. He's just leaning forward, leaps to the jaws of what is death.